Folks, we got a banger for you guys today. I'm excited. I have Eric here from Plague Years. What's up, Eric?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Listen, I appreciate you taking your time out, stopping by and hanging out with us today.
Yeah,
Won't
no
take up too
problem.
much of your time. We want to talk about this new album you guys got out, man. I listened to it the other day. I'm telling you, man, it hits. You guys,
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
man.
did a
Thank
really
you.
good job, man. Really good job. So the newest release is called All Will Suffer. It came out in July, correct?
Yep,
All
July
right.
8th.
Big shout out to MNRK Heavy, and we'll get into the album in just a few minutes. Let's talk about the band. You guys are from Detroit, right?
Yeah.
In that area. All right. How'd you guys first get together?
So me and the drummer Mike have been jamming together since I want to say I was like 15 or 16.
Mhm.
Um, Ryan, I've known for a long time. I mean, probably since like 2008. And then Tim's. I've known Tim since like 2005. So
Mhm.
me and Mike had already had that idea together, and then I reached out to Tim because he played in bands back in like I don't know '07 or something like that, and I was like, you know what, this I remember this dude having a good voice, could scream well, so I just reached out to him. He hadn't played in a band in damn near a decade, and yeah, and we just kept at it. It took a while. It started in like 2016, and then it finally manifested.
So this is all the original lineup you guys have still, right?
Yes, us four, yeah. We
Perfect.
always play with like a fifth guitar player.
Mhm.
But yeah, that position has been rotating as far as who's available for the most part.
Gotcha. Let's get into some of your older stuff for a second. You first was a self-titled EP called Plague Years 2017 EP.
Yeah, yeah, that was with our original guitar player too. At the time, he played on that one and the next one.
That's Unholy Infestation 2018.
Yeah. Hmm.
That was another EP, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was the one where I mean, if you listen to both of them, the first one was more so like the original guitar player's kind of ideas.
Mhm.
And then the next album or the next EP is kind of like, okay, this is what we're envisioning between his ideas and my ideas. But, definitely more of like the vision that me and Mike had when we first started the band. And then after that, he had left, and then it's just continued from there.
So then you guys put out your first full length in 2020. That was
Hmm.
Circle of Darkness,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah,
And
yeah. During the pandemic, yeah.
so that how was that for you guys? Did you guys have a lot of
Uh,
time to sit down and write, or was it like were you guys separated a lot, or what?
Yeah, we were so. I mean, for the first bit of it, man, we didn't get together for a while just because there was just nothing. There was like nothing in the foreseeable future. So there was a lot of just like hang out. Plus, I don't even like, you couldn't really do anything anyway. So,
Right.
everyone was just staying home. So I was doing a lot of writing at home for sure. I mean, some of the songs that are on All Will Suffer were ideas that started then. So yeah, I constantly stay writing. It's kind of just a problem. I wish I could just turn it off sometimes because it's just like it just keeps going and going
I
and
know,
going.
dude. No, man. Let it stay on. Hell, it's just, it's taking you places for sure. So that brings us to All Will Suffer, the newest EP. So let me ask you this: how has the music evolved from the self-titled EP Plague Years from 2017 to now? How has your music kind of evolved into what it is today?
Um, I think that just gets heavier and darker at each record. Unholy, because the very first EP we put out is way more like I don't know. There's like deathy kind of riffs in there, and
Mhm.
it's got way more like it's just more technical, I guess. Not I wouldn't consider it like technical metal by any means, but it's just more
Right.
like stuff going on. And then the next record, it gets simpler but way heavier, and then it just kind of progresses from there. I'd say we're getting a little bit more death metal heavy as each record comes out.
Well, let's talk about your influences for a second because when I first played it, I got like um I want to say like it was like a Slayer Creator
Mhm.
kind of vibe from it, but it just
Yeah, I
it.
mean,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just say yeah. For me, it's like a lot of it comes from like old Slayer stuff and heavy Sepultura stuff. Sepultura would be like the the image we're trying to go for in the sense where they have like a lot of heavy shit going on. You
Mhm.
know, Slayer's heavy, but they're more of, you know, traditional thrash, where Sepultura kind of pushed the bar to get
Sure,
heavier
absolutely.
than that. You know what I mean? So
Yep. No,
that's kind of
absolutely.
where we're at, you know.
How about other? Did you have any other influences besides like? Do you have any like weird influences that kind of people wouldn't be able to pick out of it?
Um, I don't know. There's certain things like I remember, you know, there's times I'm at work where this dude's playing some music. It's in like it's some like emo music, but it's a math rock, I guess is what it's called. And but there's certain parts I'll hear like the polyrhythms and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'll take that, you know, and go incorporate it in some kind of metal way.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, no, I mean, for the most part, it's kind of the same. It's a lot of like Megadeth and Metallica, and you know, Demolition Hammer. You know,
Mhm.
Demolition Hammer. It's
Sure.
super big influence, especially on the later stuff. You know.
Yep. So let's talk about the new. Let's talk about the new EP now because, dude, I mean, this thing packs a punch, dude. When I first put it on, I was the second song, "Suffer," hits freaking hard, dude. Like from the get go, it just comes out swinging like that. You guys, that's probably my favorite of the four. So if I had to ask you about your favorite, could you pick one, or is that like asking somebody to pick a favorite kid?
Yeah, I don't know. It's changing always. I feel like, um, yeah, I'd probably still stick with Suffer. Like, it was always when we were deciding which song to do the single for. It was between Suffer and Curse,
Mhm.
and I was like, I just Suffer. I just had that riff in the beginning. That was the first riff I really wrote for the record. All I wrote was those first two riffs. I was like, damn, this shit's fucking just ass beating. Like I gotta like this shit's so hard.
Yeah.
And so I was like, we got to do this one for the single. So I'd definitely still sick with Suffer.
So it's a 4-track EP called All Will Suffer. It's available now on LP, CD, and digital. Check most of your platforms for availability. Again, shout out to MNRK Heavy. Tell us a little bit about tell us a little bit about it. Like there's 4 songs: "Make You Mortal," "Suffer," "Realm of Filth," and "Curse." Tell us about a couple of the songs.
I mean, Make You Mortal is just like with that song. I was like, I mean, super Demolition Hammer influence on that song. Like that was definitely like what I was jamming when I wrote that song.
Mhm.
I just, yeah, I mean, Suffer was like, I knew I wanted to have some kind of super heavy intro. I wanted to be super intense, and then I wanted to have like a riff that was like, with like the end part to me, I just call it's like some Slayer like on steroids or something. It's just like it's a super Slayer type riff, but it's like got its own swag to it. Mike kind of does like this swing with the hi hats instead of it being so straight.
Sure.
It just has like a cool feel to it, you know. And then you know, at the end, the one thing I really liked that we did on Circle of Darkness that I wanted to add more of was more double bass, like chunkier parts. So that Suffer part, I was like, yeah, I just want to do some crazy rhythmic pattern and then let it just be
Mhm.
heavy as fuck, you know, and just let
Yeah,
it
yeah.
ride out. But yeah, I mean, they were just like uh, 4 songs that kind of came together. It didn't take like I had the music written for it probably sometime last year, but it just kind of like the way, you know, the way recording happens and schedules and this and that, you know, it takes some time. And but yeah, I mean, it's definitely like the prequel to what's going to come next. You know, this is kind of where we're going to stay. I want to keep trying to push it and just be heavier and heavier and heavier.
Where did you guys record this?
We did the drums in Toledo. I can't remember the studio name right at the top of my head right now. His name's Sean Oceanassi. I think I say his name. I'm probably butchering it. It's terrible, but he's an awesome dude. He did all the drums for us, and
Yep.
then I did all the guitars just at home. I just recorded everything, and then I had everything DI'd so I could have multiple tones to choose from.
Sure.
And then I also recorded the vocals, and then I just had it mixed and mastered, and yeah. So pretty much, I did most of it just in my apartment.
Okay.
But the drums are all recorded in the studio.
Oh, cool. So let's get into your writing process a little bit. I'm curious to know, and I ask this of probably every band that I interview because it's just interesting to kind of get into your mind a little bit. Like, how does the writing process for the band work? Like, are you primarily the one that writes the songs, and how do you get from just an idea that kicks in your head to a completed track?
So yeah, I write like the songs for the most part, but I send them out to them all the time to see what they're thinking or anything like that. For me, it's like I just literally will grab my guitar and I'll just hop on Reaper and I'll just start messing around. I have so many like demo songs on my computer, so it's just like it just starts there. I'll pick up my guitar and be like, I need to write something like this, or I might hear something and be like, "Ooh, I like how this sounds. I'm gonna try to accomplish that same kind of feel." You know what I'm saying? And just like hop on my computer and start working at something.
Do you pretty much record everything that you when you guys jam and all that stuff, so that you, if you hear something, you're like, oh shit, wait a minute, what was that? You know, like.
We never have done any kind of pre-production as a full band.
Mm.
Usually, what ends up happening is I just do it all fake drums, and then Mike will actually like play way better drums on it than I can program,
Sure, sure.
and he's got way more feel, you know.
Right, right.
And then it just kind of goes from there. We learn the songs, and then we'll hop in the studio.
Now, do you guys have any plans of like an upcoming tour in support of All Will Suffer? Or?
We're doing 5 days with Creeping Death and 200 Stab Wounds, and then we got plans to do some stuff in October. It just hasn't been announced yet or anything like that. So,
Are you guys doing like
yeah,
regional stuff, or is it going to go a little further
we're gonna
out?
be doing a little bit of regional stuff because the last two tours we've gone to basically like Texas all the way up and down the West Coast and the Midwest area, but we haven't really been east or like south. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
right.
down in Florida. I haven't been to Florida in a while, so I definitely want to start hitting some stuff around that area. So yeah, it'll be regional for a little bit, but then we'll be back to doing some big tours.
Good. We got a nice place called Empire Live here. Holds a bunch of people. Come up and kick our asses, man. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, is there anything else you want to tell the folks about before we let you go? I have a bunch of your links and stuff that I'll give them to you. But anybody you want to shout out, or anybody you want to anybody you want to insult, whatever you want to do, you know what I mean?
No, just go pick up that record, man. Go check us out. All Will Suffer out everywhere.
Definitely, man. You guys can check out Plague Year's newest release, All Will Suffer. It's out now on MNRK Heavy, and you can check them out. It's facebook.com/Plague Years DET. That's for Detroit. Twitter and Instagram, it's Plague Years MI. You can check out MNRKHeavy.com. Facebook and Instagram, and Twitter, MNRK Heavy, and they are on there with them, and you can check them out. Eric, man, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you stopping by and talking to us, man. And I hope to see you soon on the East Coast, man. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. We're gonna get out there for sure.
Cool, man. Good luck with the album, and we'll talk soon, brother. Thank you.
All right, yep. Thanks for having me.
Take care.